Hello students, welcome to the second session. Today again we're going to discuss about the fourth semester mathematics, that is complex analysis, probability and statistical methods. So in this module again in the last session we have discussed about the Cauchy-Riemann equations in Cartesian form. Today in this session let us going to discuss about Cauchy-Riemann equation in polar form. Here Cauchy-Riemann equation in polar form, let us see the statement. So the statement here is f of z is equal to f of r e power I theta. As the name, since we are discussing in polar form, so only polar form of z is going to be used, which is r e to the power of I theta. So f of z here is u plus iv, where u is a function of r and theta and v is a function of r and theta, and this function is given as it is analytic at the point z. Then there exist four continuous partial derivatives, which are dou u by dou r, dou u by dou theta, dou v by dou r and dou v by dou theta, satisfies the equations that dou u by dou r is equal to 1 by r dou v by dou theta and dou v by dou r is equal to minus 1 by r dou u by dou theta. So this is the result that we have to prove. And these equations, dou u by dou r is equal to 1 by r dou v by dou theta and dou v by dou r is equal to minus 1 by r into dou u by dou theta, are called as CR equations in polar form. So you can remember them in your own way. So there is a small difference between Cartesian form as well as the polar form. So we need to have identify that difference and you have to remember it. So now let us prove this result. Consider z is equal to r e power I theta, which is the polar form of z. And f of z here is f of r e power I theta. So what is our f of z, which is nothing but u of r comma theta plus I into v of r comma theta. This is given in the problem itself for us. On the other side, this f of r e power I theta remains as it is. Now let us differentiate this with respect to this expression. Let us differentiate with respect to r and theta. So when we differentiate this with respect to r, dou u by dou r plus I as it is, dou v by dou r plus differentiation of this f dash of r and e power I theta, and differentiation of r e power I theta with respect to r is e power I theta. Let us call this result as 1. Now let us differentiate this expression again with respect to theta. So when we differentiate with respect to theta partially, so u with respect to theta, so we get dou u by dou theta plus this I is as it is, and differentiation of v with respect to theta, that is dou v by dou theta, which is equal to differentiation of f is f dash of r e power I theta, and this r e power I theta differentiation with respect to theta, r acts as a constant, keep it as it is, and differentiation of e power I theta is I times of e power I theta. So that is why we had got this result. So now dou u by dou theta plus I dou v by dou theta, these terms are there as it is, and f dash r e power I theta into e power I theta is nothing but your dou u by dou r plus I dou v by dou r. So extra term here is only this I and r. So keep this IR as it is, and the remaining terms you can write it as it is. So this remaining terms. So that is called this result as our equation 2. So now let us replace equation 1 in equation 2. So we get it as, observe equation 1 and 2. So equation 1 can be substituted in equation 2. So LHS of equation, that is dou u by dou theta plus I dou v by dou theta, which is there as it is. IR is also as it is. The term which we have written in the bracket can be replaced by our equation 1 as dou u by dou r plus I dou v by dou r. So now let us multiply this term inside the bracket. So this LHS is as it is, dou u by dou theta plus I dou v by dou theta, and IR, I into r dou u by dou r, I into I, that is I square is minus 1. So minus r, this dou v by dou r is we have written as it is. Now compare the real and imaginary parts on both the sides. So on comparing the real and imaginary parts, dou u by dou theta, the real part here, and here this is the real part, minus r into dou v by dou r. And when we compare the imaginary parts, the terms which are multiplied to I, dou v by dou theta, and here r into dou u by dou r. So that is what we have written here. These results what we have obtained in the previous step can be written as dou u by dou r. Dou u by dou r is equal to, transfer this r towards this side, 1 by r into dou v by dou theta. And from this, dou v by dou r is transfer this minus r towards the other side. So minus 1 by r into dou u by dou theta. So you can remember them in your own way. There is nothing like you should remember only in this form. You can remember in any of the form, and only thing, whenever you are using it, you have to use it appropriately. So which is nothing but ur is equal to v theta by r, and vr is equal to minus u theta by r. So dou u by now try to recall your Cartesian forms. So the Cartesian form was dou u by dou x is equal to dou v by dou y, and dou u by dou y is equal to minus dou v by dou x. This was the result that we had. So we are trying to put it in this form itself. So ux is replaced by ur. So ur is v theta divided by r, and vr is equal to u theta by r, negative of u theta by r. I think minus is missing here. You should have that minus there. Okay, so this is the result that we get CR equations in polar form. So remember in your own way, you must have a very good clarity here. There should not be any confusion. Okay, now let us go further. The further important thing that you need to remember here is harmonic functions. A function, any function, we are taking phi here. Any function phi is said to be harmonic if this function is satisfying the CR equations. If this function phi must be satisfying the CR equations. Sorry, this function phi must satisfy two-dimensional Laplace equation. I'm sorry for it. This function must satisfy the two-dimensional Laplace equation, which is del square phi is equal to 0. So in Cartesian form, phi is function phi, which is a function of x and y, is harmonic if dou square phi by dou x square plus dou square phi by dou y square is 0. We call it as two-dimensional Laplace equation. So, and then the same phi in polar form, phi of r comma theta is said to be a harmonic function if it satisfies this equation, that is dou square phi by dou r square plus 1 by r into dou phi by dou r plus 1 by r square into dou square phi by dou r theta square is equal to 0. This is called as two-dimensional Laplace equation in polar form. So any function phi, which is a function of x and y, and it can be a function of r and theta, is said to be harmonic if it satisfies del square phi is equal to 0. Okay, so let us that is what is the definition of an harmonic. Okay, so now let us see the result. This result is it's an important one. Show that the real and imaginary parts of an analytic function are harmonic. So what is the definition of an harmonic? An analytic function has been given. Analytic function is having real and imaginary part, and that real part as well as the imaginary parts are harmonic. When do we say a function is harmonic? If they satisfy the two-dimensional Laplace equation, if they satisfy del square phi is equal to 0. So if I take the Cartesian form of a complex function, then u must satisfy that. U is, that is del square u must be equal to 0, and if we consider the imaginary part, then it must be del square v is equal to 0. So this is the result that we need to prove. Okay, so now in order to prove this result, let us consider f of z, which is u plus iv plus I into v of x comma y be an analytic function. Let us consider this as this is an analytic function, and it satisfies the CR equation. So once we say the function is analytic, then it must satisfy the CR equation. So what are the CR equations in Cartesian form? That is dou u by dou x is equal to dou v by dou y, and dou v by dou x is equal to minus dou u by dou y. So call the first CR equation as 1 and call the second CR equation as 2. So now let us differentiate equation 1 with respect to x and differentiate equation 2 with respect to y. So you have to maintain this order because we are going to prove that u is satisfying the CR two-dimensional Laplace equation. So that we are going to show u, that is a real part, is going to be harmonic. So we have to follow this order only. If you change the order, you are going to result in something else. So differentiating 1 with respect to x and differentiate 2 with respect to y. So when we differentiate equation 1 with respect to x, we get dou square u by dou x square, which is equal to dou square v by dou x dou y. So when we differentiate this with respect to x, so this is what we get. So how exactly it is, you can this is given here that differentiate 1 with respect to x. So we are going to operate dou by dou x on dou u by dou x. Equation 1 I am considering. On the other side we have dou by dou x of dou v by dou y. So this dou by dou x of dou v by dou y only is going to be here dou square v by dou x dou y. Similarly, we are differentiating equation 2 with respect to y. So when we differentiate 2 with respect to y, we are operating dou by dou y on dou v by dou x, which is equal to minus dou by dou y of dou u by dou y. Dou u by dou y. So now this dou by dou y of dou v by dou x is nothing but dou square v by dou y dou x. So which is what you have here, and this term dou square u by dou y square is there here. So now this is the result that we have got it, and also now we know that result dou square v by dou x dou y is dou square v by dou y dou x. It means that x and y here, order is x and then y. It can also be written as y and x. So even if you interchange the order, they are same. That is what the meaning. Since we have this result, we get dou square u by dou x square. This and this are same. So dou square u by dou x square can be written as minus dou square u by dou y square. So this is the result we have arrived at. Keep that aside. So when you look at this, take this minus term towards this side. So we get dou square u by dou x square plus dou square u by dou y square is 0. So this is nothing but which can be written as del square u, and del square u is equal to 0, which implies that u is harmonic. So if del square phi is 0, we call it as phi as an harmonic function. So in place of phi, we have got u now. So del square u is 0. It means that u is harmonic. What is u? According to the given the function which we have considered, which is the real part. So according to the question, we have to show that a real part is of an analytic function is harmonic. U is the real part, and we have proved it is an harmonic function. So now we have to consider the imaginary part. According to the question, imaginary. What is the imaginary part of the function? V is the imaginary part. And we have to show that is also an harmonic function. So in order to do that, I was telling you while considering this order, first equation should be differentiated with respect to x and second with respect to y. If you change the order, what will happen? We arrive at the second result. That is what is the thing. So differentiate 1 with respect to y and 2 with respect to x. So when we do so, the first equation results in dou square u by dou y dou x is minus dou square v by dou y square. And when we differentiate second equation with respect to x, we get dou square v by dou x square is equal to minus dou square u by dou x dou y. So now we also know that dou square u by dou x dou y is nothing but dou square u by dou y dou x. So with this result, the above equation, the previous expansion gives us dou square v by dou y square is equal to minus dou square v by dou x square. So transfer this negative term towards this side. We will get dou square v by dou x square plus dou square v by dou y square is equal to 0, which is nothing but this equation can be written as del square v is equal to 0. If del square v is 0, which implies that v is harmonic. So this shows that in the previous result we have shown u is harmonic, and here we have shown v is harmonic. So u was the real part and v was the imaginary part. Therefore, we can conclude the real and imaginary parts of an analytic function are harmonic in Cartesian form. Since we have considered x and y since that is in function of x and y, u and v are also function of x and y, that is in the Cartesian form. So we have proved the result in Cartesian form, and hence the proof. So the same thing we need to prove it in polar form also. So polar form of a function f of z is u of r comma theta plus I into v of r comma theta. And this is an analytic function. Once it is analytic, they must satisfy the CR equation. And now we have to prove again the real part and the imaginary part. That is u and v are harmonic. So in order to show u and v are harmonic in polar form, the u and v must satisfy this equation. So when do we say a function is harmonic in polar form? So we say a function is harmonic in polar form. A function phi must satisfy this equation. It is dou square phi by dou r square plus 1 by r into dou phi by dou r plus 1 by r square into dou square phi by dou r theta square is equal to 0. In order to say U satisfies, in place of phi, you must have U. And in order to say V satisfies, in place of phi, you must have V. So now let us prove this result. Consider the CR equations in polar form, which are given by R dou U by dou R is equal to dou V by dou theta, and R dou V by dou R is equal to minus dou U by dou theta. Call them as equation 1 and equation 2. Now differentiate 1 with respect to R and 2 with respect to theta partially. So when we do the differentiation, so first term, when we are going to differentiate this with respect to R, we need to apply the product rule. R is one function, dou U by dou R as a second function. So first function as it is, differentiation of the second function, that is dou U by dou R, differentiation of that with respect to R is dou square U by dou R square, plus dou U by dou R, the second function as it is, differentiation of R is 1, which is equal to, now when we differentiate this with respect to R, dou by dou R of dou V by dou theta. So that gives us dou square V by dou R dou theta. And now the second equation gives us, since the differentiation is with respect to theta, 2 has to be differentiated with respect to theta. So R is a constant because differentiation is with respect to theta. So keep R as it is. Differentiation of dou V by dou R is with respect to theta, therefore dou square V by dou theta dou R, and this term is dou square U by dou theta square. Hope you have understood the differentiation. You have to be very careful here. And we also know that dou square V by dou R dou theta is dou square V by dou theta dou R. And this is always true for Cartesian as well as polar form. So now with this result, so here and here we are going to use that. So we get that as R into dou square U by dou R square is as it is, and dou U by dou R is as it is, and this term we are going to replace by this R transfer towards this side, and we will get this result. So that is minus 1 by R into dou square U by dou theta square. And now divide throughout by R. So when we do so, here R and R gets cancelled, and here 1 by R we get, and here we get minus 1 by R. And transfer that to this side, we get it as dou square U by dou R square plus 1 by R into dou U by dou R plus 1 by R square into dou square U by dou theta square is equal to 0. So in if you can recall your harmonic function in phi, so and phi is replaced by U here, it means U satisfies that equation del square phi is equal to 0. Therefore, we call it as U is an harmonic function. So similarly, we have to show that V is also harmonic. So now consider equation 1 and 2, differentiate 1 with respect to theta and 2 with respect to R. When we do so, we get this results, and use this concept, use this result. So we get this equation, and exactly like how we have proved in the earlier case, in the same way, dividing throughout by R and transporting the term from RHS to LHS, we get this result. So in place of phi, we had got V here. So V satisfies the Laplace equation in polar form. Therefore, we conclude that V is harmonic. So this is what is the concept of harmonic function. So whenever we say a function is harmonic, if it satisfies two-dimensional Laplace equation, as well as both in Cartesian as well as in the polar form. So both the results that we have proved. So in this session, we have proved CR equations in polar form, and we have seen what the definition of harmonic function, and we have proved the function, the real and imaginary part of an analytic function are going to be harmonic both in Cartesian and polar form. Thank you.